It's a grand and glorious place. This is a place John Muir said was a rival to the Yosemite, and if John Muir said it, you got to believe it's true.
Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Parks grace the southern Sierra Nevada in California, with the highest mountains in the lower 48 states. A spectacular and immense alpine wilderness, crystal clear and free-flowing rivers and streams, the largest trees on the face of the earth, and a deep glacier-carved canyon that closely resembles famed Yosemite Valley, without the crowds.
Oh, that's magnificent Kings Canyon down below, bounded by its sheer granite walls. It's one of the most spectacular natural wonders anywhere in the world. And now, more of us than ever before are getting a chance to see and be inspired by its natural wonders intimately and easily, thanks to the generosity of some extraordinary people.
Until recently, many of nature's splendors in Kings Canyon and Sequoia were inaccessible to people facing challenges of physical mobility. But with the help of financial donations, large and small, from people who care, more individuals and families than ever before are getting the chance to touch and be touched by nature, some for the very first time.
It's very beautiful. There's a lot of animals, bears, deers, and it's really fun.
Has the trail been a pretty nice trail to you?
Yes.
I can't invite you to a hike through the mountains, but I can invite you to come on this universal access trail that I can go on.
Generous gifts from private donors have provided the essential funding needed by National Park Service teams and volunteers to enhance and build accessible trails that blend perfectly into the environment. We have miles yet to go, but we can eventually give everyone a chance to experience their magnificent national parks up close. If those of us who love these parks give what we can and join other devoted contributors such as Jack Jeangerard.
The scenery is outstanding. I mean, it's got to be one of the more beautiful parks in the United States, if not the world. It's simply outstanding. I love it every time I go up there. Primarily, I love the giant Sequoia redwoods. I can sit in front of those things for hours on end and enjoy just looking at them. They're so huge. And I also enjoy walking the trails and looking at the overall beauty of the park. You know, it's absolutely gorgeous, any trail you take.
Jack and his family have been so moved by their own experiences on trails in Sequoia and Kings Canyon that they want everyone, as much as possible, to have the opportunities they've had to get close to and be touched by nature, no matter how young or old or physically mobile they might be. The Jeangerards chose to give this great gift of access to nature by financially supporting dramatic improvements to significant trails in these national parks, donating in recent years more than $500,000 to fund the work of National Park Service trails teams to enhance environmentally sustainable public access to streams and meadows, the great redwoods, and the high country of the Sierra Nevada.
So thanks to Jack Jeangerard and his family, we've been able to move forward on several different trails maintenance projects and a whole different array of things. We have resource protection, universal access, key destinations for park visitors, and enjoyment of the national parks for a whole lot of people in the front country in a way that we would not have been able to do without his support.
Well, of course, it makes me feel wonderful because I know I'm helping other people to see the parks and trails that they may not have had an opportunity to see had we not made a donation to the park to fix them up.
My message to Jack and his family would be a thank you, but it's not just a thank you for me. It's a thank you from tens of thousands of park visitors. It's a thank you for all who love national parks.
Every summer, tens of thousands of people of all ages, races, and ethnicities escape the stressful rigors of their complicated and fast-paced urban lives and discover the simple and slow-motion pleasures of nature and relaxed time with their families and friends on comfortable trails that private donors have made possible.
What do you like best about it?
I like seeing the water and climbing all the rocks.
The first trail that private donors funded is the popular Tokapaw Falls Trail in Sequoia National Park. It leads to the base of impressive sheets of nearly vertical granite, where pure water from high above feeds a pristine mountain stream. The Tokapaw Trail, once rough and rutted, now rises smoothly and gradually near the trailhead. Steps newly carved carefully into rocks reduce erosion and make passage for casual hikers and families with young children much easier than before, encouraging them to explore and start new traditions of adventures in Sequoia and continue old ones.
I grew up camping here with my family, so I love taking my kids here, and we usually get a chance to see some good wildlife on this trail, so that's fun too.
In Kings Canyon National Park, on the floor of the majestic canyon itself, people of all ages and from all over frolic on a hot summer's day in the bracing currents of the South Fork of the Kings River, near a rock where John Muir once gave campfire talks. Until private donors became involved, the short trail leading to the rock and the river was a mess and nearly impassable to all but the most agile of visitors. Now, a gentle trail guides everyone safely to the water's edge, including Gale Williams, who must get there by wheelchair and now can easily, to enjoy the view and watch his granddaughter dangle her toes in the wild and scenic river.
It's a whole new world getting down here. I've never been able to get this far. And this angle of Muir Rock is amazing.
Gale Williams has had a passion for these parks since the early 1950s, when he came every summer as a Boy Scout to hike the high country. Then, in 1956, the day before his 18th birthday, Gale was severely injured in a car accident and has been confined to a wheelchair ever since. But he never lost his love for nature, and for the first time in decades, he can now get close to it, near Muir Rock. And he can also roll across the river nearby, ride through a shaded forest, and along a beautiful boardwalk to reach the soft splendors of Zumwalt Meadow, on another universally accessible trail that Gale, his family and friends, and the Jeangerards have funded together, and that Gale and his companions have literally helped the Park Service build and maintain every summer for the past 5 years.
This trail is really great. It allows me to get out into the mountains that I have loved for so many years and get to an area in the meadow that I could have never gotten to. And I couldn't have even seen it except from the parking lot. It just gives me a real satisfaction that we've done something significant, not only for me and my grandkids, but for generations to come.
Gale Williams and those closest to him, and Jack Jeangerard and his family, encourage all of us to join them in contributing whatever we can to provide access to nature here for everybody. Fortunately, additional individuals and organizations have already been inspired to help out.
There's people up and down here. Again, this is the primary overlook for the Kings Canyon backcountry you can get out of the front countries.
With support from the National Park Foundation and others, this steep trail to Panoramic Point will soon be made more gradual, so that absolutely everyone will be able to see for themselves this breathtaking view of the High Sierra wilderness of Kings Canyon and Sequoia. And Gale Williams' beloved trail to Zumwalt Meadow will be extended along the Kings River all the way to Muir Rock, a distance of 2 miles, making it the longest universally accessible nature trail in the Sierra Nevada. We've come a long way, but there's more work to do, as mile by mile, the chance to touch nature is given to all by generous and compassionate people. They're having a good time.
A very good time. Never want to leave when I'm up here.
And they're in it for the long run.
Giving to the park enables everyone in the United States and the world, for that matter, to see what these beautiful parks look like. And that's the reason I like to give to the parks, because it gives a view to a vast number of people. And that's what I'm looking to do.
If you'd like to join the Jeangerards, Gale Williams and his family and friends, the National Park Service, and all of us who love these spectacular treasures, we'd be thrilled to have your help in giving a gift that will last for generations. These national parks belong to all of us, and together we can ensure that they'll be accessible to everyone for all time. For more information about how to contribute, our address is on the screen.